Hello, this is part 4 of the series to MMU to end the math poverty in the Caribbean countries. These things is more or less trivial, so just I suggest you to all this shot. I suggest you to pause them really, please. And this is my contact info. And for this part, let's see over the next. Basically, the idea is the different time zone. Yes, math poverty. Why am I obsessed about using math poverty? Well, initially around between 2025 to 2030 is going to hit the richer country like all rich Persian Gulf countries and the OECD, European North American countries. This country, basically about 30 countries, the richest one. So but Caribbean countries are relatively richer group. So it's going to be especially your capital city area more than. Especially this kind of thing, it's just a matter of time to arrive. I'll say about 2027, 2035 range is going to rise, and there are a certain level of acceleration going on right now. And to overcome this kind of a crisis, as the fourth industrial revolution is coming, absolutely it's absolutely everybody is a richer country, OECD country, like they expect 50% of the day need risk clear. Obviously, one by one, everybody initially is 30%, then 50%, then more than 70% need to risk skill. Math poverty is there. It's basically impossible. It will take forever, cost a hell of a lot of money for the government, etc., etc. Math poverty needs to be overcome as soon as possible. Traditionally, if you have a patient for the 40 years, 70 years, 100 years, fine. But this is an urgent situation globally, and I don't think this is a high agenda, top priority agenda in the Caribbean country. You need to wake up. So basically my point is end the math poverty very quickly so that you can get prepared for the fourth industrial revolution. This is going to one way or another is a job killing. The AI is going to job market, and one way or another tourism directly, indirectly. So these are four ministry of your country, various country. I try to communicate, and your president, of course. And please read this. I'm not just going to just read it. So please, 10 points. Please read it. You need to understand. And the case of the Guyana, we shoot for the primary school the education for the math first, because this is July is the test. And again, please pause it and read it. And the kind of thing that's going on right now is the traditional way. If you have like 30, 40, 50% can pass it. 50, 60, 70% typically cannot pass the math test of the CXC test, math test. Normally, this is the economic impact is astronomical, much worse than you imagine. And this is basically there are various languages. I can speak teach in 5 different languages. I can basically cover the math up to high school level, I would say. But beyond that level, if it's at least for the middle school level, lower secondary level, I'm very fast to learn. So the language is very easy. In 5 days, maybe I cover another 5 languages. I'll be able to cover 10 languages. And the extra stuff is please just pay attention and read it. And this is my contact information. So basically, this is how I'm organizing right now. To make the math poverty ending math poverty as soon as possible. The initial phase of that is the CXC, the math test, because it's the worst, and it takes forever. As I covered in the part 1 and part 2, it will take very, very long time. Normally, I'm going to boost like 20, 30, 40% rise instead of 30, 40, 50% of the the pass rate. I can make you the 60, 70, 80% rate in literally 3, 4, 5 years. First, initially, obviously, the base needs to be covered. The first 1, 2 years, more likely covered mostly on the primary school. Of course, I want to start covering in the secondary school, grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, grade 4, etc., etc. The speed and commitment and the scaling up depending on the level of commitment of the Ministry of Education and government. So please check them, and in the description of the video, I'm going to other links as well. Please check it. You don't need to spend too much time to understand the basic idea. The rest of them we can do the video conference. Thank you very much. Have a good day.